Greetings, Guardians, wherever you are in Saul. Like most unique archetypes released since Beyond Light, many thought that grenade launchers would finally get their time to shine. Heavy ammo grenade launches have seen an uptick in playability, yet special ammo grenade launchers have not seen that kind of play in some time. Released with Guardian Games 2024, Wild Style is the second weapon featuring this archetype. But is it worth chasing? Does it have what it takes to earn a spot in the current meta? This is a legendary review. Wild Style can be earned from Nightfall completions. Like all Nightfall exclusive drops, you can obtain the base version from Heroic, Legend, and Master Nightfalls, while the Adept's version can only be earned within Grandmasters. The grind never stops, and if you're looking for the Wild Style God roll in Destiny 2, I will break down precisely what perks you should watch for, both PvE and PvP. It's a little challenging to know how Wild Style will fit in the meta, especially as players flock towards sniper and scout rifles, as they got a huge buff. However, grenade launchers are still excellent utility weapons and can even deal significant damage with the right perks. Yet, this will be a tough sell with the current meta that favors swords, pulse rifles, and submachine guns. Grenade launchers have always been a niche weapon, but they are worth chasing, and the Wild Style is no different. Right off the bat, the rolls for Wild Style put it far above other grenade launchers for many reasons. There are perks for reloading and significant damage, and the origin trait Double Fire, while the same as Welderflight, fits right into the DPS swap meta thanks to the increase in reload and handling. Wild Style isn't seeing any major play at this moment, but there will be a time when it will fit into the meta somehow. It had some uses in case you wanted to break free from the meta chains while adding a bit of flair or fun to specific builds. With the start of Episode Echoes, however, the grenade launcher had its perk pool refreshed, making it a much more reliable gun. Claiming that Wild Style won't fit into the meta is right and wrong. While it doesn't adhere to the current idea of how special grenade launchers are used, it harkens back to yesteryear, when grenade launcher swaps were common for DPS setups. And given that it is solar, it will be a perfect addition to many loadouts in the new episodic system. Another weapon that is compared to Wild Style is Welderflight, a special ammo weapon that is obtainable through the Spire of the Watcher. It is an excellent weapon, but being locked behind a dungeon means most players won't see it drop. So having Wild Style as a Vanguard reward allows more players to access a potent weapon. In the first column, we have a volatile launch optimized for an incredibly explosive payload. In column 2, Disorienting Grenade, detonation has a brief disorienting effect. However, it dramatically decreases the blast radius. In column 3, Envious Assassin defeats targets with other weapons before drawing this one and transfers ammo to the magazine from reserves. This effect can overflow the magazine based on the number of targets defeated. Finally, in column 4, Incandescent, defeating a target spreads Scorch to those nearby. More powerful combatants and opposing guardians cause Scorch in a larger radius. However, there can be an argument that Spike Grenades, Enlightened Action, and Reconstruction are all solid choices. But if you have to choose, Enlightened Action will help you keep the pain rolling every time you deal damage with the weapon. It improves reload speed and handling. Using this weapon in the Crucible is a great option. However, it's geared towards PvE, but it is still a worthwhile alternative as it is a powerful weapon. So the perks I mentioned before are great in PvE and PvP. For example, a linear compensator makes the weapon's launch barrel well balanced. It slightly increases projectile speed, blast radius, and stability. It helps you catch those pesky hunters in the Crucible. Compared to Welderflight, Wild Style offers a much broader scope of perks. Where Welderflight had a lot of damage buffing perks, Wild Style has a mix of damage and utility, which makes it much more adaptable, though most will probably opt to use this as a damage weapon. However, the mainstays of hard launch and spike grenades will always be needed if this is used for PvE. Blinding grenades might also benefit you if you enjoy using them, especially since you get 2 for 1 in each activation. For perk 1, a few good ones will help buff reload speed, while Envious Assassin is your only free reload perk. As there is no auto-loading perk attached to this weapon, it's not exciting, but there's more than enough to compensate for it. Perk 2 will be your damage or utility perk, with Surrounded and Incandescent filling those roles very nicely. The pairing of Danger Zone and Surrounded means you can use this almost as a shotgun, and in doing so, you take full advantage of the increased damage over regular breach loaders. The Wild Style is an excellent supportive special weapon. Disorienting Grenades is arguably the most crucial perk for this role, allowing Wild Style to stun enemies temporarily. The perk Incandescent will clear rooms and deal significant damage against bosses. Unrelenting is also an excellent option if you use Wild Style as your primary weapon. The extra healing plus synergy with Solar subclass will make you unkillable. The fact that Wild Style is also a double fire frame, firing 2 grenades simultaneously, means you can hit more enemies per shot. To round it out this god roll, having Incandescent will let you apply Scorch to enemies, which will help in some Solar and Prismatic builds, while Envious Assassin will allow you to fire several shots instead of just one before reloading, letting you fire whole volley of stunning explosives. Other notable perk combinations that might be fun, but not as objectively valid as Disorienting Grenades include Danger Close and Surrounded, or Stats for All and One for All. Both these combinations pair nicely with High Velocity or Proximity Grenades. Wild Style offers an excellent opportunity to try out a double fire frame grenade launcher without the hassle of going through a dungeon, especially an extremely hard one. While some other top-tier grenade launchers might be on the market, it's worth getting a god roll, even if it sits in your vault. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please comment and let me know if you have something to share or correct. Until next time, Guardians, I am Sintar.
I'm fortunate to stand beside you all in this fight. No matter what comes,